What's up, everybody? It's the People's Crypto, and I'm back with another video. In this video, I wanted to talk about the lottery and how people you may be trying to convince to get into Bitcoin, how they're actually more prone to buy lottery tickets than buying Bitcoin. Before we begin, please keep in mind that this video is for entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research and please seek out a financial advisor before making any investments. Alright, so if you went through a couple of my videos, there was one particular video where I tried to help you at least how to explain or how to convince someone to buy Bitcoin. Now, chances are you probably didn't succeed. Now, interestingly enough, we have this thing called the Lotto. Doesn't matter where you're from, each country has their version of lottery tickets. Interestingly enough, you'll see people in the office, well, before this current health crisis, and wherever, people would pool their money together and they would put money to buy these lotto tickets. Sometimes they'd spend $100, $200, $300, $400, whatever. The amounts get crazy, but essentially they play in hopes of winning maybe 500 million, 600 million. And in most recent cases, I think either 1 billion or 2 billion, crazy amounts of money. But the point I'm making is this. People love instant gratification. If they can pay $1 and maybe hit these numbers, then there's a chance for them to be millionaires or multimillionaires. And they're more inclined to make an investment, and yes, it is an investment, in lotto tickets than in Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency with a specific use case. So, they want instant gratification. So it's more appealing, it's more attractive, it's more sexy for them to put down just $1, $2, or in some case, if they have a problem, maybe $100, $300, $400, and buy a lotto ticket because they can instantly become millionaires or multimillionaires in just a matter of seconds if they hit those numbers. Now the odds are against them, and they may not realize that, but in some cases, some people keep coming back for more. If they miss it, if they miss that one number or those two numbers, they come back for the next lottery. And if the same thing happens again, or if they miss all the numbers completely, they come back again for the next lottery. And it just becomes this cycle of them continuously buying more and more and more lotto tickets. Interestingly enough, if these people would have did some research and look into the cryptocurrency space and put that same energy, that same amount of money into Bitcoin, then these people, if they were patient, just in a couple of years, just after a couple more halvings, they would become multimillionaires or maybe even billionaires. We don't know exactly where the price is going, but it's going to go up. And after each one of these halvings, it's expected and anticipated that Bitcoin will perhaps reach a couple million or maybe more. Given the current crisis that's happening and governments printing out an excessive amount of money with quantitative easing to infinity, it's only a matter of time before these currencies all collapse. Now, we've had Lebanon, they've had a currency crisis, and many other countries, I think Iran is also having a currency crisis as well. So it's only a matter of time before these other currencies, like these other countries and currencies, like a domino effect, just start falling one by one. Now, most people aren't educated or up to date on what's going on in other countries or what's going on in those countries in terms of their currencies. So a lot of people don't know what's going on. They're kind of like in this bubble where everything in my current country is the only thing that matters. World affairs and all of that doesn't matter whatsoever. So no one pays attention to these things. But what they do pay attention to is the lotto. And as the price goes higher and higher for what you could potentially win in a payout, it's more sexy, it's more attractive, more people talk about it, more people know about it. So guess what? They're more inclined to put their money in the lotto. Now, your chances of winning aren't great. And they know this. But guess what? It does not stop them. Some people have a gambling problem. They can't help but to take their money, their hard-earned money, and put it in the lotto. And, interestingly, in some cases, I don't even know if these people that win the lotto are real. They win in these very weird, obscure places you've never heard of. And apparently they're always like either 60 or 70 years old. They're really old. And apparently they won 400 or 500 million. They're going to donate it all to charity. It's usually some weird thing like that. So we can't even verify if some of these lotto winners are real. And when we do hear about some of these lotto winners, unfortunately, they go broke. And that is an ongoing trend. This is an article from the Business Insider, and it's titled 20 Lotto Winners Who Lost Every Penny. And the list goes on and on about each tragic story of a person who won it big and blew it all. Now, we have to keep in mind that anytime a person instantly gets something and they didn't really work for it, in most cases they lose it relatively fast. Now, this is the case with 70% of lotto winners. The other percentage, the 30% of them, actually, in most cases, keep their money. But we don't hear those stories. We hear the horror stories. Because no one really likes good news. People tend to like bad news. Kind of like the current health crisis that's going on now. The bad news is more attractive. It makes people scared, unfortunately. But as it pertains to the lotto, you may be trying to convince friends, family, or whoever to get into Bitcoin, and they may say, hey, $9,000 is too expensive. I can't afford that. Just tell them to dollar cost average, just buy, small pieces, some Satoshis here and there. But they may not even be willing to do that, because $9,000 is not 300 million. It's not 500 million. And also, they may even tell you with some pushback, when is this thing supposed to go to $1 million again? Or when is this thing supposed to go to whatever outrageous price? So there's that consistent fight and pushback. I'm like, oh, I'd rather not. But then these same people will go out and buy lotto tickets. That's the crazy thing about it. What you have to understand is people love instant gratification. Hey, we can send a text message to someone in Tokyo, or in Sudan, or in Zimbabwe, or in Italy, in just a matter of seconds. So you can't expect someone to want to get into Bitcoin and we're supposed to wait for these next couple halvings, or we're supposed to wait 18 to 16 months after this halving for it to potentially go to 100,000 or 200,000. People don't have patience. So you can't expect them to love Bitcoin or understand the concept of it or the idea of it, of decentralized money. They just won't get it. But the lotto, they get it. There's advertisement for it. There's people talking about it in the office. Or there's people talking about it around the barbecue. Or there's people talking about it in the stores or in the supermarket. You could even buy lotto tickets in the supermarket. I mean, Bitcoin is getting there, but it's going to take time. And unfortunately, what may happen is you may hit it big. You may be hodling for an extremely long time, and before you know it, you're a millionaire. You're a crypto millionaire. And then, finally, that's when they may ask you about Bitcoin. It'll obviously, I wouldn't say it'd be too late, but they would have missed an opportunity of a lifetime. So, people love instant gratification. A lotto is instant gratification. It's going to be extremely difficult, like I've always been saying, to convert someone into crypto is more specifically Bitcoin, because people love instant gratification. For them to hodl for X amount of years, even if you show them the chart and you tell them, hey, it's been up over 9 million%, it sounds good, but like, oh, well, it's still only 9,000, but then they'd say, oh, it's still too expensive. I don't want to, even gamble my money. Mind you, these same people go to casinos, they go and buy lotto tickets, all in the hopes of making a lot of money. So it's kind of funny, but that's just something that I've noticed, and I just had to express and talk about it because it's really ridiculous. But if you're trying to convert people, I've said this before, your best bet is to probably maybe give them $5 or $20 or even $100, whatever disposable income you have, because I know this current health crisis and situation with most countries, everyone's situation is kind of crazy and different. But that's probably the best thing for you to do, is to maybe get them a couple of Satoshis, give it as a gift. But like I said, the lotto at this current time, it's more attractive. People know it. It's been around for a long time. Some people play scratch offs. They play there's so many different games you can play. Some people do actually, hit the smaller scratch offs and smaller lotto prizes. It happens a lot. So, people are they have more confidence in the lottery system, unfortunately, when it comes to Bitcoin and how things are. It's just something that you just have to, explain to them, and also tell them, hey, if you're willing to spend $100 on a lotto ticket and you're probably not going to win, it'll probably be somebody from some weird place, and they're probably always in their 70s, or they're about to, unfortunately, not be with us for too much longer. Not to say that older people go quicker, but it's usually those people that win, and in some cases when it's young people that win, they blow it extremely fast. 70% of people do, but that just goes to show that people don't know anything about money. As soon as they come into money, they blow it extremely fast. Which also reminds me, is if you're in the cryptocurrency space and you are buying Bitcoin and other valuable cryptocurrencies that have a specific use case, please keep in mind that this lottery effect can affect you too, in terms of, if just, let's say, Bitcoin over just a short period of time goes to the moon and it becomes 100 million or something ridiculous, you can potentially blow all your money, because you might go spend it. You might start giving money to friends and family, people who haven't spoken to you in an extremely long time. They get back in contact with you. You just have to be very careful. And if you are telling people to buy Bitcoin, please keep in mind that you probably shouldn't, in the event that it does go to the moon, because these same people will seek you out and look for you. That could end in a very bad way, considering, let's say the economy collapses, the dollar goes to zero, or most fiat currencies go to zero, and now you're here with Bitcoin and you're a multi-millionaire or something ridiculous, because the price could get really outrageous in the future, especially if governments continue to print and digitally create this excessive amount of money and pump it into our current monetary system. So, it's just the thing I wanted to bring to your attention. More people will be inclined to play the lotto, gamble with their money, and if you mention crypto to them or Bitcoin, these same people will say, hey, that's a gamble. Some people may not. Some people are like, hey, you may be right, let me put $100, $200, $300 and see what happens. You may actually win some people over, but 9 out of 10 times you probably won't. And people are fixed when it comes to instant gratification. 300 million, 400 million. The promise of a large sum of money guaranteed by a state or a government is far more appealing than the, I would say, guesstimate of what Bitcoin and other cryptos could potentially do in the future. So it's like, I'm definitely going to be getting 3, 4, 500 million. Bitcoin's supposed to go up to what? Yeah, I think I'd rather play the lotto, or I'd rather go to the casino and play blackjack, or I'd rather do online gambling. Which you could also bring to their attention that there is crypto casinos. That could be a way for you to maybe convince them to get into the current space. So you could bring that to their attention, but then again, it'll go back to, why would I want to gamble this currency that's 9,000 and I could just go and play scratch offs or whatever. So just keep that in mind. It's just things I just wanted to bring to your attention. If you're still trying to figure out, why friends or family members may be more inclined to invest in the lottery than dive into crypto, just be patient, and I think you should just get them maybe $20 worth of crypto, more specifically Bitcoin or any other coin that you feel has value after you've done your research, of course. Then gift it to them. Just patiently wait. When we go to the moon, when they see that whatever you've got them, whatever amount, has doubled, tripled, or quadrupled, or quintupled in value, then after that they may be reaching out to you and say, hey, how do I buy some more of this Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever other coin that you're suggesting to them? So keep that in mind. It's just a quick video I wanted to make. Please like, share, and subscribe. You can also follow me now on Twitter, and you can also follow me on LBRY as well if you're listening to this on YouTube. And that's going to do it for this video. I would like to thank you for taking the time out to I'm getting tongue-tied, it's late. I would like to thank you for listening or watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will speak to you guys and gals another time. I'll see you later.